Hi, this is Ken of Rist Innovations. Today I'm going to talk to you about the ultimate featherboard hack. Wouldn't it be great if you could take the features of this mag switch featherboard that has these really strong magnets with the bow featherboard that has this high density foam with these unique finger designs and combine them together? Well, now you can, because I've combined both into my ultimate featherboard hack. I'm going to show you how I did it, the benefits of the hack, some test results, and at the end of the video, I'll share with you how you can get this adapter plate. So let's get started. Let's talk the hack benefits. So first, let's talk about the features and benefits of the hack. The main benefit of the mag switch featherboard is the strong magnets that only take a quarter of a turn to lock them in place. This allows you to set up the featherboard anywhere you need to on your table saw. This is especially important because normally you need to adjust the featherboard for each workpiece because they all vary in width. The main benefit of the bow featherboard is that it has this high density foam with these interlocking fingers that really hold down the workpiece against the fence. The downside is that these knobs take a lot of rotations in order to secure the featherboard to the table saw. Also, the featherboard is limited to the miter slat due to the tooling, but it does have some nice adjustment. By combining the two mag switch 150-pound force magnets into the bow featherboard, you get the best of both worlds. The original mag switch here has only 95-pound force magnets in them, so this is actually stronger. If you wanted to, you could keep the original knobs from the featherboard and use them in tandem with the magnets. So most times with the quarter turn, your featherboard's locked in place with the magnets. But if, for instance, you happen to be at a position where the magnets are over the slot, then you'd be able to use the knobs here and tighten them like you normally would, and that would do the trick. Now let's talk making the hack. First, a couple of disclaimers. Here's an excerpt from the Bow Products Owner's Manual. A featherboard is not an anti-kickback device. Its purpose is to help feed wood through a cutting tool. Also, their warranty states they have a 1-year limited warranty for defects in materials or workmanship. So if you modify your bow featherboard, I'm sure you will void your warranty, so I just wanted you to be aware of that before you consider going ahead with this hack. Also, my disclaimer is that if you decide to make this hack, it would be at your own risk. Okay, now that we have that out of the way, let's talk about how I made the hack.
So I can make my own featherboard hack? Tell me how, featherboard hack man.
Making the adapter plate. I designed an adapter plate to fit the cavity within the bow featherboard. It was critical to use an 8mm thick piece of material so that the bottom of the magnets would touch the table saw. I found this black colored MDF, which was perfect. I made a master adapter plate template out of 1/4 inch thick acrylic. I attached the master template to the MDF and cut the rough shape out on the bandsaw. Next, I brought it over to the router table for a flush trim operation. The tricky part here is that it was a small, irregular shaped part, so I was definitely not going to try to trim this with me holding the piece on the router table. This Rockler small parts holding jig was the perfect answer. The only issue was that the adapter plate was irregular shaped, so I had to attach it to a rectangular shaped scrap piece, and I held the parts together with double-sided tape, cutting holes in the featherboard. I used the master template to mark where I needed to cut the holes into the bow featherboard so that the magnets would fit. I drilled some starter holes at the drill press. Then I used a coping saw to cut out the rough shape. You could also use a drill press and drill a series of holes to remove as much material as possible. Next, I used a file to smooth out the saw marks and finalize the size of the opening. I confirmed that the MDF adapter plate fit and the two magnets fit, so it was time to drill the mounting holes into the MDF bow featherboard. Drilling mounting holes. I used the magnets as bushings for the drill and drilled the 4 holes. I used a backer board of scrap so that I would get a clean hole in the featherboard. Final assembly. I attached the magnets and adapter plate to the featherboard using a 1 1/8 inch long 8-32 screws, washers, and a mating nylon lock hex nuts. Testing the hack. I used a force gauge to measure the force in pounds to pull on the featherboards to see how much force it would take to move the featherboards. For the mag switch featherboard with the two 95-pound force magnets, it took 35.7 pounds of force to move the featherboard. For the bow featherboard with the standard tooling that fits into the miter slot, I applied 61 pounds of force, and I was not able to move the featherboard. For my bow featherboard hack with the two 150-pound force magnets, I used my full body weight to apply 53 pounds of force before the featherboard slightly moved. My conclusion is that all 3 versions of the featherboards adequately performed their purpose, which is to help feed wood through the table saw. The hack kit. I will be setting up the adapter plate with the mounting hardware on my website as a pre-order kit to see if there's an interest. I will include a link below in the description when it's available. So please let me know in the comments below if you think the hack is a good idea and if you'd be interested in the adapter plate and instructions on how to modify the bow featherboard. For serious inquiries, you can also email me directly at info@ristinnovations.com to let me know your interest. Thank you for considering, because this will really help my channel. If you like this video, I think you'll like the previous video, which is on the ultimate push stick. It has some unique features you won't find anywhere else on YouTube, and that link is here. Now, if you've already seen that video, you may want to see my most popular table saw video, and that link is here. So thanks for watching.